Alright, welcome to my day 56 progression guide. So for today, we did get a level increase and it's going to change. It looks like now we have a week to reach level cap, but we get 2 levels again. So we can get all the way up to 71. So you do want to push experience a little bit so that way you can bring out the most power in your character. But at the end of the day, you have a week before you need to reach level cap. So do with it what you will. Starting out, you want to go to build, then go and load into your artificial island. Then you want to go back to build and then you want to hit claim. So that way you collect your resources, because remember, you can only hold these for 24 hours. I also wanted to give you a quick reminder, for me, my common enemies respawn, so I had to go around, kill all those, so that way I can get those resources. But besides that, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, you want to do your bounties. Then for today, we finally have access to our last ruins, E03 Hard. So you want to go ahead and knock that out. And if you have any story left over, go ahead and complete it. Now let's talk about Vitality, starting with joint operations. Once you hit level 70, we can finally do difficulty 8. And what this dungeon offers is gloves, the crow, and the king matrix. So this is a very good dungeon to start level 70 with. But I do want to warn you, the bosses will be a lot harder. So you want to try to pump your character up as strong as it can, because you might find it difficult to complete it unless you're running with a few wells. Which brings us to interstellar exploration. So you want to check and see if you have any level 3 Stargates. If you do, you want to go ahead and knock those out. If you don't, you probably just want to pass on this because you want to focus on joint operations. But if you don't have enough materials to level up all your weapons, then you might want to do Stargates. But besides that, you can do Dimensional Trials, but just make sure it's difficulty 5. Or you can do Space-Time Domains, but just make sure it's difficulty 5. I did want to make a quick mention about Omnium Beacons right here. If you've been saving some Omnium Beacons, today might be a good day to go ahead and use those. That way you can power yourself up to 71 a lot sooner. But now let's quickly look at weapons. So now that we're level 70, we can upgrade them again. So hopefully you've been running enough Dimensional Trials or Stargates, so that way you have enough materials to level up your weapons. And on top of that, we can level up our matrices also. But for me, I'm going to hold off leveling up my matrices because I finally decided I'm going to roll for Claudia matrices. So look forward to that painful video later on for me. I want to see what I get before I start leveling up stuff. But if you're still struggling for XP, feel free to go ahead and force decipher any password chest and open up any rusted iron chest. You can also do the Frontier Clash AFK farm or do the Raincaller Island chest run. And if you want more information on that, check out my experience farm video. Then don't forget to do your daily gifts. You want to go to the Black Market and talk to Hopkins. You want to go to Cetus Island and do the Claw Machine. Then you want to do your 2 ability trainings. Quick tip, if you get the rhythm training, Samir is MVP. Next, you want to maintain your vehicle. So some of the best places is Astra Shelter. The next place would be Bangi Shelter. After that, we got the Black Market. And the best place, High Crows. Also attack any elemental rocks you see for crystals. Then we have the supply run. If you haven't collected all your red nucleus, you want to make sure you're logging in so that way you can get all of those. Which brings us to Vera Orienteering. Again, I recommend that maybe you do one of these bosses a day. That way you can collect some extra energy before phase 3 starts. On top of that, I wanted to go ahead and mention phase 2. Since this is a new week and we're getting golden chips, you probably want to use your golden chips to fight a world boss and unlock this. But remember, phase 3 does open up October 6th at 11 p.m. So we might get another mission to where they want us to unlock password chests using perfect deciphers. So you might want to wait till October 6th so that way you can knock out 2 missions at once. But I also wanted to point out to you that it looks like on October 13th, we're getting a live stream, which is going to preview Vera. And generally during live streams, you usually get codes that you can use in the game. So I would just try to make sure that you kind of mark your calendar and at least be ready to watch this live stream. And if they do give codes, I'm going to at least try to make a video or something so that way you guys can get your codes. I also wanted to mention the price adjustment for iOS users. So if you are only an iOS user, I do recommend that maybe you try to get on the PC or something, at least when it comes to buying things in Tower of Fantasy. For my PC players that has an iOS device, you might want to go ahead and connect your account to an iOS device so that way you can get these 1,000 dark crystals. Now, that hasn't been confirmed, but you might want to at least try to set up your account for it. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how you can do that. If you go to settings and then you go to compliance, then I already bind my account to an iOS device, but it should say link account and then it should have this Apple logo. Once you do that, you click on that and you enter in your Apple ID and password and then it will connect your devices. And we'll see on October 5th if we get 1,000 dark crystals. But if you enjoyed these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way these can spread to more people on YouTube. Then we got our weekly tab. You want to make sure you're doing enough things down here so you can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up, but just make sure you use your 3 attempts before the day is over. Starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So you want to make sure you go in there with the strong team so that way you can knock out these 3 challenges in the new sequential Phantasm, because the score you get in that is really going to determine what your rank is for the week. And once you feel that you got a solid score, then I would recommend doing the Bygone Phantasm and try to climb a few floors so that way you can get a high rank. Frontier Clash, you can either go ahead and knock this out or you can wait till the weekend and just knock out all of your attempts. Void Risk, if you saved your attempt, I would go ahead and do it so that way you can get some experience and possibly a new matrix. Wormhole, so we got a new challenge today since we're level 70, but you might want to try to power up your character, so trying to get to 71, leveling up your weapons, leveling up your matrices before you attempt this. Looking at it, again, not surprising. Look, it's flame vulnerability. It's only been that for the last 3 weeks. And physical immunity. I honestly believe on this server, they just hate physical. But I did quickly want to talk about the rewards. If you are trying to save for Lin and you don't have a lot of dark crystals or excess money, you might want to hold off on this because you can buy this new pack anytime. It does give quite a bit of good materials. Unless you're really trying to push the Bygone Phantasm, I would probably wait. But at the very least, if you're able to clear it, you can get those free gold nucleus, which is always nice. Then we have the new raid today. Now, for me, I ended up doing it with the well party, so unfortunately, it wasn't too difficult. I'm going to go ahead and give you the strategy, what I recommend to do. Ideally, you want to try to separate the 2 nemesis because when they're together, they heal each other. So if you don't have a well party and you're just doing enough damage for you not to care about the healing, you want to try to separate them to the other sides of the room. Then just try to take down one, basically have most of your people killing one. Once that goes down, go to the other one and attack that, and you should be able to clear this one. But if you don't have someone who can hold the aggro while the other 7 DPS down one of them, then you can try to split the groups into 2. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we have our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, hot, then buy your 2 vitality solutions. Now this is only if you can afford it. Then we have the Commissary. So starting with the Crystal Dust store, you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week. Then when it comes to your gold and crystal dust, I recommend that you buy boots. If you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy hand guards. And if you have a good pair of hand guards, then you can buy whatever else you want. But again, today is the hand guard joint op, so you might want to hold off at least until you do that one. Then we have the cruise store. Now the only thing I recommend that you buy are relic shards, and the relics that I recommend are either Space-Time Rift, but remember, in Phase 3 Vera Orienteering, we do get 30 Spacerift shards, and you only want to get this to level 3, are Omnium shield. And how you get crew points is you do your daily donations, or you knock out your 4 missions for the week. But if you see password chest, I would avoid that because you want to save those for Vera. Then we got the support store. You want to make sure you buy your 3 joint supply chips for the week. And how you get support points is doing Frontier Clash normal, to where you can get 375 support points, machine parts, and lots of experience. Or you can do Matrix Drills difficulty 1 in a team of 2, or Void Risk, to where you can get 150 support points. Or you can farm world bosses, force decipher, get 100 support points, as well as machine parts. But besides that, I would go achievement hunting, explore the map, or go mount farming. Well, first off, I want to just say thank you to you guys for watching my videos, liking, leaving comments, also just helping me improve. Even the mean ones have helped. Do you want me to continue doing these daily guides, or do you want me to maybe change a few things? Let me know down in the comments. I also made a poll to where you can comment down there and like other people's comments. But with that, talk with you guys later.